Get some squats in here. Part of my warm up. You have to make sure you're getting limber, that you're loosening up all of those muscles. You want to warm up before you work out. This is a great way to get the blood flowing in the morning. Whew, good blood flow, good warm up, good body heat, good start to the day. Gets that energy moving. I I've set off. I used to get up and first thing in the morning, bang, caffeine, energy drink right in the system. Um, I'm trying a new Alex Huberman take where you offset that caffeine intake for about 90 minutes, guys. At least 90 minutes in the morning. Um, so your body is naturally waking up. I am still using an alarm clock to wake up. This is one of the things that we want to try to avoid as well. We want to try to be as natural as possible in our life. So versus using an alarm clock to wake up, we want to get the natural amount of appropriate rest. The way to do that is to go to bed on time, right? So there are ways to enjoy our life, participate in our life, have fun, and still get to bed on time, get up in a way where we're being productive and we're, living a life the way we want to. So do you do this every day or every week? Every day, B. Every day, every morning at 4:30. I'm on the East Coast. Every day, every morning at 4:30, I am up. I'm at it. I am contemplating doing a walk for every time zone here in the United States. So for me, that would be one at 4:30, 5:30, and one at 6:30. They would be different because 4:30 would be my walk time. 5:30 would be my workout time, and 6:30 would basically be my time where I'm finally eating something, a full meal. So that's a consideration that I've had is expanding it out so that I'm up at 4:30 in every time zone. Um, that's been a thought. Um, the thing that I've always said on this channel, though, life is about purpose. My purpose is developing myself, growing myself, uh, and becoming more wealthy in terms of the time that I spend with my family. I've spent years working, um, usually working for others, at some points working for myself, but it separated me away from my family. I have a wife and 7 children. We get up, my children, I wake, the whole family is up by 6 o'clock, and we're together. We're having discussions about today, meetings about today. I enjoy that time. I enjoy taking my children to school. I enjoy spending my mornings with my wife. So all of these things are a part of what's valuable in my life. And so if I change and I add these additional elements to my life, I have to make sure that they're balanced. I have to make sure that they are truly serving the purpose of helping me establish this life wealth that I want. And this uh no, I'm not currently fasting. So it's to live the life that I'm looking for so that I'm able to enjoy the benefits of what's important to me. Enjoy what wealth is. And for me, wealth is my family. And so I can add these additional elements, but I also, in doing so, I would have to talk with my family about would my family be interested in being involved? Because those times when I'm working out and those times when I'm fixing breakfast are times that I spend with my family. And so my family would have to agree that A, they would they would either enjoy being involved during that process and simply say, yes, we're fine with you sharing our time with the world, or B, they can say no and say, yes, we're fine with you taking from our time to share with the world. Hello, good morning. And so, my thing is for everyone out there, guys, understand your purpose, understand why you do what you do, and don't just make arbitrary changes. Don't just give up more time on your life to try to uh, impress others, make more money, uh, and not consider the impact that it's going to have on what's most important, which is your life. And for me, those are my children, that's my wife, and that's that time that I spend with them and the value of that. So that's super important, guys. Very important thing to remember is that let's not just make change for change's sake, uh, because not all change is going to be the right. And I've done that in the past. I think we've all done it. It's interesting because this this is called this particular chat is about overthinking. It's about, hey, how do we not overthink? As you can see in the pinned comment, please drop a comment about something that you're taking action on today. What's something that you've been thinking about or has been a concern over a time period, but today you're changing that. Today you're taking action. Hey, good morning, everyone. Uh, 3 a.m. where you're at, bro. Keep it up, Pistol Beats. Thank you very much for liking. Always do the dreams you want. You have a good day as well. Thank you for stopping in. Um, of course, never give up, guys. Never give up. So it's important, guys. I just want to encourage you, let you know that the overthinking, because what we discuss most on this channel, one of the biggest things, one of the things that's most important for us to do is going to always be understanding our value, understanding our purpose, and then being focused on that, guys. So for a lot of people, it's about wealth, right? But we have to know how to measure wealth. What is wealth for you? So is wealth financial riches? Is wealth personal? Is wealth freedom? What is wealth? How does that impact you? Uh, and so, could you explain more about that, Unspooks? You said your mom died, but I haven't changed that. Uh, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about in regards to that statement, but if you share more in the comments, I wouldn't mind kind of understanding that more and addressing it. But yes, guys, that personal understanding of what the valuable thing is to you and how understanding what that value is allows for you to more easily take action. Because when we have a why, when we're doing something for a reason, that thing that we're doing for that reason becomes the why. That reason becomes the why. It makes it easier to take those actions and be about our productivity, be about living that life, understanding our value, our purpose, and why we take those actions. And right now, guys, this morning at 4:30, 3:30, 2:30, wherever you are, um, whether you're waking up, it's the beginning of the day or the end of the day, stay engaged, guys. Stay engaged in your life. Stay energized. It's difficult to do. It's oftentimes it takes motivation. It takes a wake-up call. It takes an understanding and knowing that, hey, you're not out here alone. You're not out here alone, guys. You're not. That's what this community is about. This community is about ensuring that people understand that they are not out here alone, that you are not going through this on your own, and that there are people here in this community just to be a part of encouraging you. All right? So that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm on here at 4:30 in the morning, because sometimes it's difficult to get up. Sometimes it's hard to get up and just get out of the bed. Sometimes there's always an excuse or reason. Not everything is an excuse. There are sometimes reasons. There are reasons to not get out of bed. I got a beautiful reason not to get out of bed. My wife doesn't get up at 4:30 when I get up, right? So, yeah, 1 a.m., man. Right. So when you're up and you're grinding and you're on your work, and so let me know, Pistol Beats, what type of work you're doing at 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, it's important to understand that when you're getting up and you're starting your work, or if you're like going to bed, or if you're staying at work late, or if you're just focused on achieving your goal, sometimes, man, it can feel like you're the only one. Sometimes it can feel like you're spinning your wheels. Sometimes it can feel like the efforts that you're making and the things that you're doing are not amounting to anything. And then at that point, there's a requirement for a decision to be made. Is this something that I want to continue doing? If this something that I can continue doing? And there are times for us to sit down and think, and then there are times for us to take action. And when it's time to take action, people, take it. That's why it's important to understand your purpose. That's why it's important to understand the why behind what you do. Because when you know your why, when your actions have reason, when your behaviors have purpose, and when you have a destination and a goal, in those difficult times, that's what gets you to act. In those difficult times, that's what makes you get up, move, and be a part of your day. And I'm here, guys, for this wake up call for you guys to stop in. Please get up, get at it. Drop a comment. Let me know you up. Drop a I'm up in the chats. Let me know that you're started on your day. Be encouraged and understand that you're headed places. There are things that you can do, and you have a plan. And this work that you're doing at this time is not for others, it's for you. It's the work on you. Love it being up, Pistol. So you're making music, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Everyone sees the success, and it's like, hey, you know, look how big he made it. He came out of nowhere. She came out of nowhere. No, they didn't. They didn't come out of nowhere. They came out of time. They came out of investment. They came out of hard work. They came out of them understanding that they had a purpose and a goal. And so they were set to it and they worked on it, not just doing it. There's a thing about repetition, but then there's something else about consistency. And consistency is performing that act consistently or performing that act over and over again with an expected level of performance and meeting that level or exceeding that level. And so it is very, very good for a person to be out there and doing their work and working on themselves and working on your craft. And like I've fallen in love with this Jim Rohn comment, which is never work harder on your job than you do on yourself. And it's a simple comment, but so many people miss it. And the reason so many people miss it is because so many people believe, so many of us identify ourselves by what we do, right? I'm a personal trainer. I'm a banker. I'm a finance manager. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a chef. And so, because that's what they do, they believe focusing on their work is focusing on them, but it's not. It's focusing on a skill, and that skill may be contributory to helping to improve what you do on your job and the level at which you achieve your income. But focusing on your job, focusing on your work is not the same as focusing on yourself, because focusing on yourself requires development of all areas of yourself. And so, the same way you study your work as a chef, you have to study the different ways of cooking, the different temperatures, the different types of meat, the different types of seasonings. There's all of these things you need to know in order for you to be a good chef. But what do you know about yourself? What do you know about your temperament, your needs, your emotional needs? What do you know about the physical boundaries of your body, what you're capable of physically? How have you challenged yourself in a way where mentally and emotionally you can truly say, I know me, I understand me, I'm aware of who I am, I'm accountable to who I am, so that you can understand the value of the work that you put in and the purpose that it serves in your life. We are here this morning to talk about that, to talk about personal development, to talk about the growth, to talk about the understanding that when we take action, It is not simply for the sake of action, people. We all have a purpose. We all have a time. And that time, it sounds so cliche, that time is now. You can't keep worrying about what you didn't do yesterday. You can't keep worrying about what might happen tomorrow. Sometimes, and this is what this whole talk this morning about overthinking, sometimes the time is just right now, guys. Just get up. Let's just do it, man. Let's stop waiting. Let's stop making excuses. Let's make that change. Oh my goodness, did I just recite Michael Jackson? Here's the thing, man. Like it's it's so important. It's so important, but it's still so easy to just get up and do it, man. It's so easy to just make the decision. And no, it's not going to stay easy. And no, you're not going to always be motivated. And no, there's not going to always be someone there next to you. You're going to be there, but you can do it. You can do the work that you believe you're capable of doing. You don't get big overnight. America is tired, man, and we don't know it. So yeah, there are all types of levels of anxiety, right? There are levels of anxiousness. There are things that can shut your body down. It's really interesting. Um, I know. I want to mention where I heard this from. I know Will Smith is not a real big, uh, 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 a very popular name at the moment, but there was this video I saw where he was jumping off of an airplane and he was explaining the science behind fear and exhilaration and that they both have the same chemical makeup. They both enter the body the same way, and that it's the interpretation of the my camera going crazy. Let me see if I could fix this. It's the interpretation. Sorry about that. It's the interpretation of the body's of the mind's response to that chemical release, which determines whether or not it's excitement or anxiety. That's important, guys, because there are things that we do every day for us, and we have to figure out, man, am I stressed or am I blessed? Is this an opportunity for me to truly be blessed, or am I just being stressed over something that I shouldn't be? Man, it is it is powerful in as much as it provides us as individuals to come up with how we want to proceed, how we want to live, and who we want to be, man. So I'm always excited. I'm always up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm out on this walk. I'm here. I'm encouraging you to be up as well for my team, for my people who are up at 4:30, who are a part of this process in the morning. Let's drop a I'm up in the chat. I love to hear for you. Let's drop a thumbs up. If you got things to do and this is just your alarm clock, if this is your wake up call, hey, let's get up. Let's drop a comment. Let's drop a thumbs up and let's get started, guys, because that's what's important. It's really important that we are about our purpose, that we're on our work and we're doing the things that we need to do. Thank you very much, Pistol Beats. It's about understanding that the work that we're doing is not temporary. The work that we're doing is a process, and we get up to get started, right? If we're at the end of our day, we have to understand our day has served a purpose. If we're at the middle of our day, we need to understand, hey, our day serves a purpose. And what we're doing, because it's easy as the day goes, it's easy as time passes, as we move further and further away from that wake up, further and further away from that energy that we started the day with, to feel like, hey, I don't I don't know why I'm doing this. To just fall back into the repetition of what days look like. We have to remember that we're working for a purpose. We have a goal. There are things we're doing. Right. That's excellent, brother. That's what I'm talking about, B. So when you're dealing with tragedy, when you deal with difficulty in your life, when you deal with, so for those of you who have been around, my dad passed away in January 15th of this year. And so the difficult thing about dealing with that is there's a coping mechanism that you have to have. And it's hard to do. And it's really hard because oftentimes, if I were focused at that point prior to my dad passing, I had just started to work on my own self development, understand my own self worth, understand the difference between working hard on my job and working hard on myself. And I started to discover and understand the purpose in my life and how important my wife and my children are and the time that I wanted to spend with them and how things had to change for me. And in losing my dad, I was lost. Like there were a lot of things that I went through mentally and emotionally that involved my dad, some things that didn't, but I knew I had to make a change. And it's really, really hard. It's really hard to try to figure out in the middle of trauma what to do next. And so, thank you very much. And so it's what happens is you get to this point where you're like, okay, I'm just going to do what I've done. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I've always done. And for a while, you can get stuck there. But repetition is a part of the process of developing discipline. But we have to also keep in mind that consistency requires for us to set a mark and to achieve it and to work towards it. And I did a talk previously on how discipline can help you through hard times. And one of the things that happened for me during that time was developing this channel shortly before my dad passed. And then during the time after the channel was developed, understanding that I just needed to get up. And all I had at the beginning was repetition. I just had the repetition. I just needed to have something that I could do on a regular basis. I didn't need something to think about. I couldn't overthink it. I couldn't over explain it. I couldn't make it too difficult. It just had to be done. And so that's a challenge to get to that point. But then we have to continue to grow. And it's not the same for everyone. And listen, people, dude, it is not easy. Stop looking for someone to tell you that it's easy. All right, man, take care. You have a good day. You have a good day and a good morning as well. It is not easy. Stop waiting for someone to tell you, yo, it's easy. Um, yeah, you can do it, but it's not a cakewalk. Stop waiting for somebody to come past and tell you, yo, um, my cousin did it. You can do it. I don't know your cousin. I don't even know what your cousin did. I do know, however, in order for something to be done, we have to be proactive in doing it. And the best thing I can give you is the truth. And the truth is, you're responsible. You have to take this first step. You have to get up. You have to get involved. You have to be a part of your own growth. You can't sit there and wait for somebody else to come pick you up and drag you to your destiny. You have to be involved in what you want to see for yourself. And this is the big thing for everyone out there, man. This is the big thing that I want everyone to be able to understand and acknowledge and benefit from. And that's this: when there are things that are blocking your progress, when there are things that you want to do and you keep thinking about whether or not you should, how you should, what you should, dude, go. This is one of the, and there aren't, look, you don't have to agree with everything I say. I don't agree with everything that a lot of people say. I follow a lot of different motivational speakers and life coaches and mentors, and I don't agree with everything they say. But I tell you, one of the things that Tim Robbins shared that I agreed with, and that's this 5 second rule. And this 5 second rule is important and it needs to be used in certain areas. And one of those areas, guys, is getting up and getting started. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you joining me for this walk. It's 30 minutes every morning. I've got about 2 minutes left, and then I need to get back to my house and I need to get started with my family. I know that there are things that we have to do I want you guys to continue to work on what you're working on. I want to appreciate you for being here, but I will let you know when it comes to things that require you to take action, let's just take action, guys. Let's stop sitting back. Let's stop waiting. Let's stop overthinking it. Let's stop trying to figure out how to make it perfect. Sometimes the do is the thing. That's it. It's just getting it done. From B, my dreams were trying to be good at doing soccer, football. I care about. Right. And so living those dreams happens by focusing on your purpose, focusing on developing yourself, and understanding this is the interesting part that we're just about done here. And I just want to share this with you guys. One of the interesting things to understand about dreams is dreams come to the life that is prepared for them. So you prepare yourself for the life you want to live, and then you don't have to go look for that life. That's what working on yourself means. So working on yourself means you have to understand I don't need to I don't need to uh try to find a way in this particular scenario to make myself something other than who I want to be. And then I work on being that. I work on building that and I work on becoming that. And then as those things happen, you become the person who deserves happiness. You become the person who deserves to live their dreams. And you become the person who deserves to have in their life people that love them and care for them and support them. And so, guys, as I said before, 4:30 to 5 every morning, we do this talk. I appreciate you for being here. I thank you for being a part. As you guys know, as always here at B&V Finances, always remember 4 pillars of discipline. They're going to be repetition, consistency, patience, and perseverance. Go out there, guys. Find your success. Have a blessed day.